Welcome to my Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger review, where we will be going over Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger from episodes 1 to episode 20. Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger is the 45th Sentai series, where it started with Go Ranger in 1975. So with this, we are now doing an anniversary season, and the big gimmick in this season is the using of gears and the Geartlinger, and what we've seen with TwoKaiser and the Heartlinger as well. These Zenkaigers are able to use these powers to harness the abilities of these past Sentai seasons. Now, when I first saw this gimmick, I was like, it's an interesting gimmick, I don't know. I like it, you know, it's different. It kind of reminds me of the keys that we had with TwoKaiser. So I do like the fact that they were trying something different, and the fact that they were using something to market and show, hey, we can try to keep up with what TwoKaiser did as well. Overall, I like this season. I don't love this season only because it does to me feel like this season does target kids a lot. Like, it does feel like with the openings and some of the antics, it really feels like they are catering to a very younger audience from like ages 8 to 13, because it does have that style where it's like, in some cases it's over the top, they're screaming, they're yelling, they're using CGI and all this stuff, and in some cases I think it's okay, but sometimes it really is over the top. But so far, I mean, I don't think I've seen anything too obnoxious, and I mean, everything so far up to this point has made sense why they would do it. So let's talk about the Zenkaigers themselves. Kaito, our main Zenkaiger hero, I think he's fine. You know, as the leader of the Zenkaigers, I think he's fine. I do think he hasn't really developed a whole lot, but I mean, I like his character, you know? He goes around trying to prove that he is a leader, that he's trying to say, hey, if you run into trouble, Zenkaigers are here. And I like that. Like, he literally is the main mascot of this team. Like, even when he's near Stacy, he's like, well, if there's trouble, you know we can deal with it. And it's like, his character is so fun. It's like, he doesn't have to develop. It's like, you know what his character is. It stays this character, this energetic character, and it's always the same line, the full power thing. I like that shtick. I like that they're keeping with that. Now we move on to the Red Zenkaiger, or as we call Zuron. I like him. I like that he's the mature version of the Zenkaigers, where it's like, he has been through a lot. He's seen a lot of the Zenkaigers. He's been around for a while. He's like the one guy that's mature, that can hold it together, that can get the team to be like, hey, you guys calm down. We got this, all right? I like that he is the level-headed version in here. Now we move on to Gao from Gao Ranger. This is an interesting character because he only likes the humans and does not care for any of the robots or the Kikanoids. And it's really interesting because it's like, anytime he's around Kaito, it's like, oh, we must do everything to help them out. So it's very interesting to see what they do with that as well. You see Maji, I like her. I do like her character. It's not very over the top, but it's like this character where she uses magic to do this stuff. At first, she was this shy character where she didn't have a whole lot of friends, and eventually she adapted with the humans. And then we see the one episode where she really doesn't trust in herself to use her abilities to do something, and then eventually she uses her magic to help out the rest of the team, and I feel like they are using her to the best of her abilities, which is what they should do. And then we see Vroom. Vroom is this one character where it's like, it's real like he's trying to figure out things as he goes, right? He doesn't always there, but you know, he's one of those where he's learning. He's one of those Zenkaigers where it's like, you can tell he's not from this place because obviously he worked with the Tojis and he worked with all of those. So then we move on to TwoKaiser. Overall, I like TwoKaiser. He is this cocky, arrogant 6th Ranger, and he plays as this character where it's like, he's got this. Like, no one needs to back him up. He's got this. And I kind of like that he has this one because it's like, he has this swagger. He has Ricky and Cute Tanner. He has this massive ship. He even has a really cool outfit. You know, it's like, he's sparkling in gold and the gold is getting to him, if you will. So then we move on to the villain. So I like that the main villain is like the opposite of what we saw with Gosei, where it's like he's in a wall, but he's like the voice where he's like, he tells all the bad guys where to go and he listens from the parrot, and it's like the parrot gives him ideas. And I've liked the monsters of the week. I like that they're all the same theme, where it's like they affect the world that everyone is in, and it's not just a random gimmick. It's all the same gimmick, but it's all with a different thing. You know, it all affects the world. We got Toji World, we got Mushroom World, we've had Ice World, and it affects everything around them. So you know what to expect every single episode, which I will say in some degree it can get boring because you know what to expect. But at the same time, I like that the pacing's there as well, where it's like part of it's unexpected, but you know at the same time that how the Zenkaigers beat them is they figure out something that goes on with them. Speaking of the monsters of the week, we need to talk about Stay Caesar, aka the dark version of Zenkaiger. So when we found out that Stay Caesar not only is pretty much the good version of Kaito, but he's also using the gears to summon past teams and use them as evil teams, which I think that's interesting as well, because normally what we see with these anniversary seasons is they'll bring back one team and then they'll just like do their own thing for a couple of episodes, bring back another team. But the fact that Stay Caesar is able to harness the powers of these past teams is really clever as well. Let's talk about the pirate gimmick with TwoKaiser. So if you didn't see it, episode 20, basically what they keep doing is they keep copying, aka literally pirating things. So if Kaito has something, Zeto will have something as well. And then it's like, even with the villains, they'll copy people. And even when we saw with Kamen Rider, they will use the Kamen Rider stuff and make their own gears. They're literal pirates pirating stuff, and it's making TwoKaiser cool. So another thing I did want to touch on is this ability with this team. As we know that with the Kikinoids and the humans coming together, you would think that they would start learning how to get along with each other, which I do like. I really like the pacing of Zenkaiger. Like, now granted, I will say that Gaon and Zuron still are not really the best of friends, because of course Gaon only likes humans. And so what everyone else is trying to teach Gaon is that there's more to life than just loving humans. Like, he needs to love his own kind, which is really strange as well. But overall, I like this season. I would say I would give this season an 8 out of 10. I don't think it's a, oh my gosh, it's the greatest season ever. But I still think overall that this season, this anniversary season, at first I did not like it, because it was so different than what we've seen before. But this season literally has grown on me. Like, as I've watched all 20 episodes, I will say I really like what they're doing. Like, granted, it's not a 5-human team, but it's 1 human and 4 Kikinoid / robots. And I'm like, you know what? This actually is not bad. Like, I actually enjoy this. Like, I think so far what they've done so far is pretty solid. Like, some of the reviews I've done, I would say the least I've done was like a 7 or a 6 out of 10. What do you guys think about Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger so far? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Until next time, I'm Andrew Michael, and I will see you in the next one. Go Zenkaiger, I guess. I don't know.